DukeWiki space itself, and you can see because I've logged in, the software knows some stuff about me already, like my name, email address, my net ID. And what I can do here is tell it what kind of space I'm creating. Remember I told you who can actually create a space: departments, administrative organizations, official student groups, and academic courses. I can select one of these, fill out the rest of this, and press the send space request. And this actually goes to the OIT help desk. The OIT help desk reviews every space request. Because we are limiting access somewhat broadly, somewhat generally, we do want sort of a filter pass on who's requesting a space and why. But they are granting most space requests. The one thing we're not allowing at the moment, and this may change again in a subsequent phase, is we're not allowing individual wiki spaces. A wiki is a collaborative tool, and some question as to whether or not it makes much sense for a single person to have a space when the whole idea is collaboration with more than one person. So, but in a future phase we may relinquish that particular requirement for this as well. I'm going to go over here to what you'll see if you just go to wiki.duke.edu without authenticating. I loaded this before I loaded that form. What you'll see here is now all of the spaces that are publicly available. When the person created them, one of the things they did was enable them so that anybody in the world can read them. And by the world, I mean anybody with internet access and a web browser can see these spaces. While we require NetID and password for people who want to own spaces and for people who want to add pages and edit those pages within those spaces, we don't require NetID and password for folks who just want to read the content in those spaces. This is the DukeWiki help space that I mentioned. There's a lot of really, really good information in this space, and I would encourage you to check out the OIT website if you want more detailed information on how to add a page and how to manage the content in that page, how to manage who has access to your spaces, to consult the documentation here. This documentation, by the way, is open to anybody who wants to be able to add comments. So we're continuing to work on this, but we're also soliciting feedback all the time on this content.